Another topic from this module, it is a line of balance. Okay, now what is mean by line of balance? Now this is also one of the techniques that is to be used to controlling and to execution of the project. Now how this is important, because from this line of balance, this is another topic. Okay, the Gantt chart is one of the techniques, the line of balance is the one. So see here, line of balance is a management control process for collecting, measuring and presenting the facts relating to the time, cost and accomplishment, all the measures against the specific plan. So what is line of balance? It is the management control process for controlling the, for collecting, measuring and to presenting the facts. And this will be, again, it is helpful for us to manage the time, manage the cost and the accomplishment of the all the measures against the specific plan. Now it shows the process status, background, timing, phasing of the project activities. It will management with the measuring tools, and it will be help. So what is, why we are doing this line of balance and what is the important of it? Okay, so as we can, from the with the help of the line of balance, we can get the process of the project, means how much the project it is execute, how much it is remaining, and whether as per our scheduling does it working or not. Okay, it give the present status. Okay, it will give the present status of the project. It will give the background, the timing and the phasing of the project's activities. Okay, so it is helping us for controlling the project, it is helping us to controlling the project. So in this case, what is the help of this tool? It is comparing the actual progress with the formal objective plan, examining the deviations from the established plan. Means if your project is behind or the leading, then it will show you the what is the deviation of it. If it is behind the planning, as per the planning, then how much the behind it is, because from that one we can cope up the things, we can have do more attention so that it will it the activities is near is to be completed. Okay, it is to be completed within a given time, in a stipulated time. Because if we don't know, because if you know at the last moment, that say for example, the one activity A is required a 4 week. Okay, and up to the 3 weeks, only the 20% work is. Now you have only the 1 week and you have to complete up to 80% of work. Now is it possible to complete? Then definitely not, because there is a lot of burden in the last 1 week to complete that part. But if after a 1 week, if you take the follow-up of that activity, that a 4 week is needed, and within a 1 week at least the 20 to 25% to be completed. But if it is only the 5% completed, it means now I need to take a more attention, I have to more control on these activities so that it will be completed within a time. Means if I divided this activity, 4 week activity, uh, say 25% to 30% per week to be completed, and that is to be that is to take take the follow-up of it. And if we taking the follow-up, then definitely we can control. But yes, that is possible by using the certain tools. So here we can use the line of balance, and we always note down the what is the progress of the project. So each day we are noting the things, what is the status of the project, and we feed it into that software, or we feed it into the chart, and then we make a line. Okay, the line, the progressive line, we can say one is on the planning line and one is the progressing line. And from that one we can easily understood whether the work is going as per the planning or not. Okay, with the help of the numbers and see, even we have certain diagrams, and from that one you can easily understood what the line of balance. So this is one case, what examining the deviation from the research plan. Then another thing is gauge their degree of severity with respect to the remainder of the project. Receiving the timely information concerning troubles areas and indicating the areas where the appropriate corrective action is to require. Means if certain activity is behind the scheduled time, then at least we should know what is the problem behind it. Is there any the technical problems are arises, or the what is the area where we have facing some problems, so we can easily catch with the help of that the from these tools that we use. It is line of balance. It is forecasting the future performance, so obviously from that one we can get to know whether the project is completed as per the given time or not. So forecasting the features of the performance, that will be give. To do the lineup balance, the following things is to be needed. So to use the any type of the tools, softwares, and any techniques, there are the certain data that we need, and with the help of that data we can have to represent that one in the form of the graph, in the form of bar chart, in the form of some different graphical representation, and from that one we can know what is the progressing of it. For example, if we are taking a data from the laboratory, if we have, let's take the example that we are performing the experiments. Okay, it is the time versus say even in our lab when we are performing the unsteady state. That time we are noting the time and the temperature. Okay, so why we are noting that one? Just because from the given data we can make a graph, and from that graph we can easily understood how the temperature is changes with respect to the time in the unsteady state. Okay, or even when we perform the Stephen Bosman apparatus, that the experiment, in that also with the help of the time and temperature data we can draw a one line. Okay, the slope of it, and we take the slope of it, and from that one we can interpret certain data. So here also we need certain data, certain things, so that I can make this in a representation form. So what are the things that is needed? A contract schedule or objective chart. It means you need to know the what is the planning or the scheduling of the project. Okay, it is from the contractor, or we have the sheet with the project manager. So he will provide you the exact scheduling that is to be planned. Okay, the production plan or lead time chart for the production process itself. So here the another things we need, it is a production plan or lead time chart. Okay, so how the project is to be what is the status, the latest status of the project that is to be control points, cumulative inventories that is needed, program status start chart on which to plot the LOB, cumulative quantities of the units that have the pass through the control points. Okay, these are the certain data that we need to completion of the line of balance. So what is the advantage? Let's see first the advantage of it. So it will give the continuous resources use. So with the help of this line of balance, we can have, or we can get an idea about the continuous resources use. Just like for example, I would like to give the example of the construction of the building. Okay, you may have the mixer in the while in constructing the building. You may require the mixer where we mix the gravels and sand and the cement. Okay, for the beam and for the pillar or for the slab. Now that particular mixer is not with you. You are say you just taking for per day, on the basis of the per day you have to pay to the contractor or to the vendor who is providing the mixer. Now he say that whether you use or not use doesn't matter, but if one day if that mixer is with you in on your side, then you have to pay for it. Okay, so whatever be the date that is in your plant, in your site, you have to pay accordingly as per the day, per day. Now the contractor again have to think that mixer should continuously to be continuously in use. If you stop the use of it, say one day you required, another day you don't require, then again the next day you require. So in this way, what happens? One day it is remaining. That is, it is a wastage. We are not doing anything, or we are not working from that mixer because we required alternate day. Now, is it possible for me to use that continuous manner? So this line of balance, it will give you the solution of it. Okay, so with the help of the example, with the same thing, you just remember this mixer example. I will tell you how this is, it is useful if we have the line of balance and if we draw that graph, and then we can easily use the resources, continuous use of resources. So this mixer can be continuously used, but yes, we should know how to use it. Okay, so that the solution will give from the line of balance. The less start and stop. So here again I said, the mixer, one day you use, second day you stop, third day you use, fourth day you stop. So in this line of balance, it will give you the solution about the less start and stop. So it will be continuous manually you can work out with the help of the, if we have this type of the tools. A crews will be spend less time and money on the latter units once they develop a learning momentum. Improve the productivity by 20%. Because of this one, we can have increased the productivity of the project by 20%. Save money and time, definitely. Once you have reducing the resources, reducing the time, then definitely you can save the money and time. The faster planning process, from that one we can easily understood the things of it, which is the thing which is behind, which is the things which is appropriate on time, and accordingly we can easily and fasterly we can plan it about the process. Superior visual control. So once we have, as we don't need to just to read the report, okay, what is the status of the project, it is just by the on the bar chart we can, sorry, with the help of the line, we can easily understood how the progress is going on about that project or not. Because graphical representation, it will give the easily understood the things. Okay, it doesn't require much more time to what we call to read the things. Okay, just like a report may have 2 3 pages, then you have to read that one. But if there is a one diagram, a graphical representation, you can understood the things of it. So this is the one diagram which we call it is LOB. Okay, line of balance. So we draw on the basis of, this is the x-axis is the weeks and the y-axis is the unit, and this is the particular example of the house construction, as I give the example of house construction in the previous slide. Okay, so what is that, if you see, this is the lines which is show as per the planning. So 1 2 3 4, these are the floors. So we consider a base, first floor, second floor, third floor, and fourth floor. Okay, and or you can say it is a unit rather than the floor, you can say it is a unit. Okay, one unit, second unit, third and fourth unit. Okay, so and these are the weeks to be required. So if I say about these are the activities: foundation, brickwork, roof construction, and internal works. Okay, so to starting point is 0 for the foundation at 0 week, and for the first unit it is required, say somehow here is there is about 2.5 week, and that is to be completed if you draw on this one somehow on 7th or 8th week. Okay, the brickwork is going on. So this is what aligning which is showing the incline line. These are what we call the planning. As per the planning, it means I have to complete the internal work after a 21 weeks. So this the project is finished after a 20th week. Okay, now what is the use of line of balance? Now where is the use of line of balance? As we have drawn these lines, and from that one how we can know the progress of the project. So in the next diagram, if you understood what these are the activities, these are the unit, and these are the numbers required. It means for a 1 unit 2.5, for the 2 unit again 2.5, for the 3 unit means each unit 2.5 week required for foundation. For a brick, if you see, then for the brick then it will be around again the 2 week or almost 2 week required, because it is started from the second week of it. Okay, and then it will finish. Now I show you the another diagram, and this is that diagram. Okay, in this diagram we have as per the planning. Now this one, if you see here, same diagram, the solid line it will show you the as per the planning, and the dotted line show actual progress of that project. It means if you see the first floor, if you here, then it is to be completed within say 2.5 week. But does it complete it within 2.5 weeks? It might be completed before that one. If you see here, this is the dotted line show you the what we call the actual progress of it. It means once we start the foundation part, then you see here the dotted line here somehow, then you see here it will be completed before the time. Then again there is some delay, or it may be the stop, and then again they will start, or they will be start after 2 weeks, and then it may be again required or on the time it will complete it. Okay, so from that one again they started, and somehow here means before the due date. Okay, this work is to be completed. It means it required around the 10 weeks, but rather than they take a 10 weeks, they finish it before that one. So this is what actual, and this dotted line we can show whether there is the what we call the progress, what is the progress of it. It might be the behind or it might be the front. Okay, as per the planning. So if there is no worry about this part, because it will have properly going on. Same thing happen with the brickwork. We are planning accordingly like this, but it is on this way. Similarly for the roof construction, it is on the way. Similarly for the internal work, it is on the way. Now if you see, this is dotted line. If you draw, so if I want to know what is the progress after of the 2 second unit, then I just draw the horizontal line. I see about the foundations, then I am very satisfied because it is before the work. If I move again here, then again I found it is before, it is after the work. Because if you see here for the second unit, see here, it is to be completed in a ninth week, the brickwork, but it is taking almost the more time. It means I need to control this particular activity because it is not as per my plan. So with the help of this graphical representation and as per the progress, I can easily say that where is the status, what is the status of the project. Okay, and accordingly I can plan it. Now another example, again I am taking the construction of the building. So with the help of this one, we can easily understood whether the activities goes behind or it is front as per the scheduling or not, and accordingly I can take care of it. Second thing, activity A required, say for example, this is another example is given. Okay, construction of the building. Say the activity A is required 2 weeks. Okay, so this is the graph is show activity A is required the 2 weeks. So we just represent 2 weeks, and the activity B is required the 1 week. Activity B, this is required for 1 week. Are you getting my point? So activity A is required 2 weeks each to completion of the floor, and the second is required a 1 week. B activity is required 1 week to complete the floor. Okay? Per floor is mentioned. Now, if you draw the graph between the activity A as floor and time, and for the B, you will find that the activity A is continuously going on, but activity B is it is only for 1 week, so it is to be draw here, and then that activity get paused, it gets stopped. Again after a 1 week it will start, again get stopped. Just like if say the construction of building, then we have the pillar and beam is required. Now 2 weeks is required to construction of the beam and the pillars, and 1 week is required to just joining the bricks. It means once the 2 week is completed, the one floor is complete, and then I started a work of brick, and again I just completed that brick work within a 1 week, and then again the resources get stopped. Again need to do again the activity B is required to again wait for the completion of the activity A, because B is depend on A. Means again they are making a pillars and beam, and again once the 2 weeks is over, that structure is ready, and again they started to work, again they stop. So it means the B activity is not continuously going on. Just like I said the example of the mixer. If you are paying something per day paying for the mixer, and you are just using the alternate day of that mixer, then what happen? Ultimately, you are paying unnecessarily to the vendor. Instead of that one, can I use it regularly or in a sequentially, or we can say continuously? Just like this activity B, it will take much more time, because in between we have to stop the resources of it. Means the labels can be stopped and other things is stopped. But is it possible for me to do this one in a continuous manner? Then the answer is yes. I can make it is continuous. How? Let's see. So this graph yellow B line, it easily help you to know should I go for the continuous or not. And for that one, you see here. Now, as per the activity A, if we see here, it required 2 weeks to complete, and activity B is required to 1 week to complete. Now, in the previous graph, if you see here, once the 2 week is over, then I started the brick work, and then I stop here. Again, I started on the 4th week, again I stop it. Again, I started on the 6th week, again I stop it. Instead of that one, what I do, I make a line so that it is a continuous. Means as it is required of 1 week. So instead of I'm starting the activity B on the 2nd week, once this A is completed, I just waited for again the 4 week. It means almost I wait for the almost how much it is, then it's around the 6 week, and after the 6 weeks I started the activity B. It means as per the planning what is given, we have to start once the A is completed, because we know that B is the A is the predecessor for B. Means once the A is completed, B can be started. But what I do, I just take it delayed at the initially. Initially I make it is delayed, and I will start it after the 6 week. And the reason behind is that so that I can use the continuous manner, I can work out on the activity B, and I can continuously use my resources. It may be the machinery, it may be the manpower, or it may be anything material. Okay, so rather than I'm just stopping and starting, stopping and starting, I just do it in a continuous manner.